injury news. Holly?
I caught up with the Mustangs head coach before the game. Coach said because they are still without their starting quarterback, this has been essential to have a bye week this week. Give their backup all of the reps with the number one offense, something he typically doesn't do all season long. So they have really focused on more reps, more reads, so he can really hit the ground running here today early in this game. Back to you guys.
Holly, we'll see how they adjust. So SMU's headed toward the football to break the seal on this 2027 season. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out. Zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. They go play action with Russell. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And listen to this crowd. On the opening play of the game, the defense picks up a huge sack and they force a negative play. And just imagine, David, being this quarterback for a moment. You were already facing a lot of pressure. You were already facing a great pass rush. And it just feels like a tidal wave of emotion putting you in a hole early in the game. It'll be interesting to see how this offense can respond.
Yeah, I'm looking over and I'm like, all right, let's run something safe, right? Like, that couldn't have gone worse to start this game. Interested to see how they respond. We can't just get pass happy, right, and put ourselves in a bad situation. But this offense has got to do something here on second down. Got to at least quiet the crowd down a little bit because they are going bananas.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Throwing Russell. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, SMU! A pick six! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Looking for blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. Alabama pushing the tempo. Keelan Russell rushes on. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays. But you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Back to throw, it's Russell. Fires to the wideout. Almost picked off.
And right now it looks like there's 12. 14 guys on defense. I mean, last possession you saw him break on the football, get the pick 6. Now, another opportunity again. Dialed in, focused, breaks on the football, but that's why he plays defense. Shows you why he's not a receiver, but this defense is dialed in.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Makes a move. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Motion from the wideout. He'll pull it down and run. He's knocked down, short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. Guys, let's have a look at SMU. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat. And the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win. And if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then
makes the catch, and he's free. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding. I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch him, man, just he catches the football and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Out wide right, it's Anderson. First catch of the season for this highly touted wide receiver, and man, their fans have been hungry to see that. After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6. Hand off from the shotgun. There he goes! Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
And the Mustangs are rolling down the field. Nice move to keep running.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Mustangs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll run it. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
And the Mustangs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He's changing the play. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Long way to go on second down. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Mustangs. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. You don't see this very often, an early onside kick when you have the lead. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Right back to the well. Can't get him to the ground. The Tide will get the first down.
Really good-looking run. You think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So first down here as they go back to work. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Alabama with a fresh set of downs to open the period. Looking for a man. It's Washington. Right down the middle. And his throw is incomplete. Boy, had a chance to make a connection there, but he fired it in there. Maybe needed to take just a hair off of that one.
Hey, these quarterbacks nowadays, Reese, they got that arm arrogance, baby. They're trying to fit everything in there right now, cramming in that box. Sometimes you got to take a few RPMs off of it, soften it up a little bit, and use a little bit of touch.
Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there. coming up. Gets the back moving. On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his second interception of the game. Instead, it's fourth down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
The Mustangs offense is ready to go on the attack. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Rides to the back. He's past the sticks. At the 45 on his way. It's a running room. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Mustangs. Great job by the back on the option. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Straight ahead, it's Payne. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
He put that one in harm's way, and it's swatted down.
Well, the linebacker's playing zone coverage, and he's just watching the QB's eyes to see where he's going to go with the football, and the eyes take him to the ball. He's able to swat it away. Great play on defense.
And they fail to hook up on third down.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up fourth down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that, but if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
Hauls it in at the 25. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Hits the crease. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they turn it into a defensive score. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
The Mustangs call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner is stopped. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do. Because of that singular instance, I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Tackle is made at the 23. Let's call it a 5-yard pickup. He's racked up 92 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Leaves it with the back. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And you think the defense is dialed into this guy? Like, he's already had such a great start to the football game, and you know they're using him. Great job by this defense. Great adjustment. Great job being downhill, physical, fast right now, and getting him stopped.
Third and long right here. Keeps it himself. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. The Mustangs will send out the punt unit. Not a lot of room to field this one. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Scanning the field, it's Washington. Escapes the pressure to his right. Trying to make magic with his feet.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
They're all over it. He slides down, and he's got enough to convert the second and short. Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Drops back on first down. Fires to the tight end. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Fires to the middle. He makes a grab. He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3. Tough run here. It's Payne. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short. Now the Tide uses its 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Swarmed under 5-yard loss on the play. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And that was a big touchdown because it keeps this thing within striking distance now going into the second half. That touchdown there puts so much pressure on the opponent. Guys, we've got a ball game. I can't wait to see how this thing's going to turn out.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with a look at UCLA taking on the number 3 team, the Miami Hurricanes. And it's the Bruins looking to bounce back from a Week 1 loss. They lead it here in the first half. We'll see how things progress. Let's check in now on some of the other action today, as the landscape in this sport truly is ever-changing.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. SMU's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
2nd and long here. From the gun. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice. Just nullifying that run altogether.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't connect on his first throw.
That is the exact energy they talked about at halftime. Like coming out with right now for this defense. You're trailing, but it's a close game. It's a one-possession game. Come out and set the tone. That's exactly what they did, forcing the punt on the first drive.
He'll try to make the catch in traffic. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. The Tide ready to roll on offense. To the air, it's Washington. Turns it upfield. Alabama quickly back to the line. Using his feet. Turning it on. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. Going to take a shot at this DB. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
It's third and goal and third and long. Sets his feet. It's Washington. He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone. Fourth and goal from the 3. Let's see what this offense can dial up from here. The snap sets up to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Mustangs can really attack on this second and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Going to try to get it himself. They'll get him stopped at the 18, and this offense creates a little space for the first down.
You know, as a quarterback, when you make good decisions like that, your coordinator and play caller are going to keep dialing up these RPO-type plays, right? Nobody open. You're not forcing the football into traffic. You're not freaking out and throwing it away or running out of bounds. Just go get what you can get. It's a positive play for the offense.
This offense will start doing business from their own 18-yard line on first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Fresh set of downs going to the air. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Third quarter opening week of the season, and they're facing 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, they were trying to go RPO. The quarterback decided not to hand it off, and the pass rush just swallowed it up. They got to him so quickly, knocked the ball out, jumped him.
They are so close to a score, they can smell it on the first play of the drive, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
He's knocked down, short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. Our final quarter is on deck, and it looks as if they are ready to go. And this could prove to be the biggest play of the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Trailing and getting deep in the game, they'll go for it here on 4th and goal. Back to pass, it's Washington. Fires into the end zone. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that's such a good job by this defense. This offense is trying to find the spark, trying to get back in this football game. They're trying to be aggressive. The defense answers, and now you put your offense in a beautiful position to go out, execute a really good drive, and put a little distance between the other squad. And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Now backed up in their own end, it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
Man, that is such great 3rd down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that 1st down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
And the returner will be dragged down. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Wants to throw one first. Here comes the heat. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Moving the pocket, it's Washington. Left side is Jordan. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Alabama pushing the tempo. Takes it from the gun on third down. Makes the grab. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with.
First down here as we dive into the college football season, a Week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Look out! Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. The Mustangs offense is ready to go on the attack. So the defense sets them up with an interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with the W. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. Right back to it. Nowhere to go.
Defense doing their job getting that last stop, and now third in California. Not a lot of play calls to convert this, so defensively, let's get off the field now. The clock's running. We need to give it back to our offense with as much time as possible.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. The ride. On the move at the 30. They'll mark him out of bounds short of the 40 at the 37-yard line, but a big-time pickup on the ground.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's first and 10. Trying to get the corner. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's second and 14. Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Now, if they can get a stop on this 3rd and 10, expect an immediate timeout. Quarterback changing the play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Looking deep down the right side. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
All the way back to the 15. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air. It's Washington. Rush right in his face. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Well, this defense is going to need a few plays now to get some of this momentum back. Remember, they had a massive lead earlier in the game, but that's dwindled now. You wonder if they were just sleepwalking a little bit. They've got to step up now and play with some urgency.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. This is a designed run. Snowed under by the defense. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a throw downfield late. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
A nice play by this defense, and now you are 1 play away. Like, you've got the lead. You've got to pin your ears back. You're coming home, and you're playing the pass on this play, and you are trying to end this game right here.
Under pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And what a great play right there by the pass rush, affecting the QB's rhythm, David. He didn't have a chance to throw that on time. They forced him to scramble. Everything broke down. He tried to go get it himself, but you saw the speed catch up to him, bring him to the ground, and the defense, they win it for their team.
Just great job taking away the initial read, right? Like, he wanted to throw the football. Great initial coverage. Then it breaks down a little bit, and now you got to chase. You got to play that second play. They do it masterfully. In a big moment, man, they chase him down, they get to the QB, and they call game and walk out of here with a W.
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And he got it! Hold on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see what's up with that. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Back to throw, it's Washington. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Drops back on first down. Out wide left, it's Payne. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Long way to go on 2nd down. He's looking to pass. Going long. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Touchdown, Bama!
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you've got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
Just under 30 seconds left, so they've got a chance if they can get this onside kick. The hands team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation.